One and all, what a happy Saturday I've got for you. That's right, we are here with the One Trick Pony Clash. If you're not familiar with this tournament, this is a really interesting one that Mareka cooked up. You only get to play one Civ, entirely, ever, for the entire tournament. Not just the round, the entire tournament. Dimu rolled the Ottomans, Baltoon has got the French. Honestly, Baltoon just kind of got his comfort zone here. French is, I think at this stage, his most played Civ in Age of Empires 4, especially around team games. Jim, on the other hand, is a crafty bugger with Ottomans. And Ottomans, in theory, is a counter Civ into French, at least in the later phase of the game. But we kick off on Holy Island, which is a very different type of approach than what you're used to seeing here. Not French Knight Spam versus Janissaries. It's going to come down to boat warfare. Interesting as well, right? Like the way they kind of drafted through. I guess the one thing that I'm thinking about here that's quite peculiar is like how impactful could Holy Island as the opening map be to the outcome? Right? Because obviously this means whoever wins this only needs to get 2 more maps. And although your opponent can control the flow, it's still like a noticeable advantage. Other maps we got is Prairie, Coastal Cliffs, Calauga, Dry Arabia. I feel like a lot of those are going to be really good for the French raiding force. But this is the map where Ottomans could potentially surprise a little. Just because of their cheap efficiency. Yeah, with plays like this, we've got a Rax opener. Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, makes sense, right? Baltoon is most likely going School of Cavalry, so you're going to need Spearman anyway. But in the meantime, what you could do is you could idle him out in his gold. In fact, if you think about it, because of the fact that he wants to go and build the fishing boats first, Baltoon is yet to go out to the gold. And this is something that Dimu is now entirely assured of when he sees double dock. Very expensive investment for Baltoon. You know, yes, these do count as houses now, so it's a bit more cost efficient, but that's 300 wood compared to the 100 wood investment from Dimu. Oh, not this again. No, can we... Someone just lube him up with some peanut butter and push him out. This happens so often. Dimu, also a really good sheep count. 23 to 11? Wow. Okay, this is a little bit worrisome. Baltoon, you know, sometimes the sheep do matter. Not always, but sometimes they do. When you get pushed off and you end up stuck on land, it's a backup plan, right? But now, Baltoon doesn't really have a backup plan. Not with 11 sheep. I wonder if Dimu could actually turn this into a bait and switch where he just... Oh my god, please. Come on, no. Just... Alright, how many boats will do this? Oh my god, are they getting faster? Hold on a sec, do I need to put the Sonic soundtrack back on? Oh god. So not really the efficiency that Dimu was hoping for in this game. Remember, Dimu isn't as far behind as this is showing, by the way. He has 3 fishing boats, 21 and 26. The Spearman... Wait, no, he didn't even go for the gold. He goes straight after the docks. Okay, that's interesting. I thought Dimu would just try to gold starve him, but no. It's going to be a commitment to clear out the docks. Interesting. I mean, Baltoon, he does have a lot of docks here. He's adding a 3rd one in. Dimu doesn't know that, though. So for Dimu to make this worthwhile, he has to come up here and place an outpost as well. However, because Baltoon has squished these together, you can get maximum value. And the crazy thing now is Baltoon isn't even thinking about any night raids down the line. No, he just wants the efficiency of being able to swap resources here. Chamber of Commerce coming in. Oh, okay. We're at the cigarettes and talk while watching a movie together phase. And then kiss each other goodnight. Yeah, the friction is done. Well, he does now see it all. I think the Spearman would have seen it anyway. He drops the dot. Okay. Interesting. This is pretty cool, actually, because with the outpost, it's going to be very hard to contest him. Dimu's been cooking, man. This is sick, because think about what happens now. When Baltoon brings out boats to fight, and he commits underneath this outpost, he's going to get shot down really fast by the bonus damage. Meanwhile, you can just guard here with the Spearman, slowly take out the docks. So Baltoon's in a really sticky situation. This feels like a really cool iteration on the Iabid double dock aggro drop that we were seeing out the Canadians before. Tech up now on the way for Dimu. He's holding onto the 50 stone here. We'll just garrison the villages, so it is idle time, but... I was about to say, I'm not sure if you want to commit to it. He's going to start walking back now. No second outposts coming up, but like we said, the whole point here is if any aggro comes out, you can retreat away, reset, go back in. And what is up, Bleach Fox? Thank you very much for the sub, mate. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Use the points from Ottomans for emplacements. I don't think it's worth it. So the thing about the point you're talking about, here you go, I'll show you. Right here. Extensive fortifications. So one of the tricky things is I don't think it replaces naval arrow sleds. It's only going to be for this one outpost. It would only be worth it if you added in additionals. No caster mode? Oh, we were just showing the vizier points off because the fortification one is still kind of unfamiliar for a lot of people. Basically, it discounts the cost of fortifications and gives them crossbows instead. So traders have been spotted as well. Dimmu can easily just shut this down. It's only 16 gold each way, but I mean, these were for free, right? This was just additional economy to happily have. Baltune has got the spring ships out now. Now, this is where things are a bit awkward. Dimmu, he isn't adding in any boats. He didn't keep the villagers to repair. Wait, he's... That... I think that's... I think he just selected all docks there. He's building fishing boats out of the... What? I'm wondering if Dimmu... I think what happened here is Dimmu didn't know about this dock. But when he saw it, he's like, well, I'm kind of committed now, so we'll add in our own dock and kind of force more attention out of it. He has still been blowing fishing at home. Dimmu's opening feels like it makes a bit more sense if he was looking to like bait and switch with a fast castle land play. Now it just feels like he wasn't necessarily expecting the third dock, which is understandable. The painful part about it as well is it's just double value for Baltune because now he can use it for the traders to get even more gold income. And archers are already coming out, so Dimmu... It is going to be the double Sipahi. Yeah, he's going to try to make this about his land as much as possible. In fact, you can see that by the fact Dimmu, despite the fact he has got these fishing boats, still yet to actually add in any warships. So he is following this whole notion of don't get into a water fight here. Leverage land entirely. I like this. It's pretty cool. Spearmen are actually getting additional burn value here. And Baltune is also pop locked, so he can't actually get the new boat out. It's going to finally spawn. But now that dock's on fire, remember, that's also going to be housing lost for Baltune. First spring ship now getting added in by Dimmu. Interesting considering, like, he's behind on spring count. But he has to address the galley first before he can think about demo pull. He should have a decent amount of gold to do demos, by the way. Remember, he did go for the Sultan Hani. Archers are starting to blob up a bit. There is a potential play here for Baltune, but it's very risky to go raid. Needs to get the stables first. Fishing is going to get idled out, but we do have the emplacements coming in. I'm starting to wonder if he did get the... No. Because I'm pretty sure the fortifications point does discount the naval arrow slits as well. I'm just not sure it gives you a crossbow shot instead. Pretty sure it doesn't, actually. So I don't know how that would really improve upon 35 damage. You saw a trader moving along the coast? Wait, what? Oh. Wait, did... Did he really just try to trade with... Oh my god, he did. Look at the line. It's like, if you don't want to build boats, I'll force you to. Oh my god, what a genius. And he got blocked on his neutral trade, so he was trading with Dimmu's dock. Oh, that's brilliant. He's gonna go back. Block my trade, will you? No, Baltune, this is self-griefing, this is sabotage. You have to leave the dock alive. How else are you gonna trade with it? Oh god, this is brilliant. He could actually make it kind of even better by just trading with his dock here. So like, I don't know if he realizes it yet, but the optimal trade route would be enemy dock, your dock. Oh, Valtune is always an entertaining sword. So a lot of stable play coming in now. Dimu's trying to lean hard into Sipahi, and this is what we talk about. Like, this stage of the game should feel really awkward for Ottomans, because Sipahi will not really beat knights. The eventual goal is to try and get Castle Age before there's too many knights, because then you have Janissary play. It's been a while since we've seen Holy Island. What do you think, guys? Are we liking it? I feel like we're liking it mainly because of this. He's like, don't look at me. No, no, no! Damn, that guy almost done a somersault. That was as clumsy as me when I fell off that climbing wall. Meanwhile, on land, Clash is going to be good there for Baltin. About the spearmen. Wait, were they clicking on the archers? It looked like it. Okay, so Baltin getting a really big win on land. Might come at a cost at sea, though. Dimu is starting to scale there, up to 5 springle ships. The tricky part is like getting in position to do real damage. Baltin just has so much fishing right now. 16 boats. This is the difference maker. He has double the count of Dimu. That's why this army is now able to just spam so quickly. In fact, instead of playing the Age, Baltin is already going castle. Alright, this feels like a bit of a wash, man. Dimu's in a pretty tricky position. The most likely play now is just to follow into castle. If he gets castle, there are some intriguing plays. Let's not forget, the Grand Galleys did get buffed. Yep, I can't believe I'm justifying this, but like, you've got to have someone to look forward to. They now get their military school production rate buffed. Remember, Grand Galley is basically a military school on the move. So there is like some potential there. I'm not holding my breath. Not to be negative about it, it's just I've yet to see a 1v1 Grand Galleys look good for over a year. Meantime, that outpost is now going to be addressed. So full resecure now coming in from Baltin. Springle ships are waiting. They were getting ready to go in, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late now. Armored hulls is already on the way. Sipahi can at least go in for a little bit of a raid. Baltin does have a few traders left to be sacrificed. But remember, even if he loses the traders, because he's French, he's built an eco lead over time. Not much, right, due to the losses. But it will scale. Unless Dimu keeps doing this. Uh-oh. Villagers aren't being pulled away quick enough, so we'll end up losing additionals here. Wow. Okay, this is starting to actually add up. You know how I said, like, he should have a villager lead? Baltin is now behind on villager count. Dimu is ahead of him. Which, I mean, you'd think he went Pox Ottomana, but he didn't. He's just been that good at finding picks. Now Dimu getting ready for his own castle timing. So Dimu does have to be a little bit paranoid about a slow game now, just because of the guild hall effect. Not absolutely paramount that he like attacks in the next 5 minutes, because Janissary's late game would beat knights. And also, while the trade don't really count Janissaries as hard anymore. But at the same time, like, there is a risk that Red Pass will come in a lot quicker than you reach your own late game. Especially when you know your opponent's got a lot more food to play with. Dimu is at least trying to rectify that now, going up to 15 fishing boats. Yeah, but the fish spawns weren't as generous for him, were they? No, one of his ended up pretty far forward. So you can't spread as wide as Baltin can to be efficient. Speaking of Bolt, are you kidding me? What beats a Grand Galley? A Grand Galleass. I mean, it's got ass in the name, so you'd think it's ass in the game. But maybe it could be here to spank. Would be a clean way of trying to deal with the docks itself. Springle ships in the meantime are going to move in the demos as well. Dimu about to be hit by demos. Oh! Big wallop. Follow-up should be good as well. Pins him against the edge. And the springle ships are in. Now, he could have went for the detonation on the fishing boats, but he wanted the kills. Fishing is going to be forced to repair onto the springles, but it's going to cost him dearly for it. 16 fishing boats now compared to 9. And still enough strength in this push to keep going. Remember, there's a huge overwhelming difference there. The armored hulls only recently came through for Dimu. I believe, yep, we do have the springle crews as well, so the increased attack speed for Baltin. The demo ship not quite able to get as much as it wanted there, but will take the 2. Now is return fire time. New demo ship from Baltoon could be a big wallop if he moved it. All right. He dodged a bullet there. However, on land, there is no dodging. There is no weaving. There's only conceding. Nice dive in. Baltoon finding a massacre on the tree line. Also just targeting down those Janissaries immediately with the archers to make sure the knights are not counted here. It's starting to look like an easy peasy opening win for De Francais against one of the weakest civs in Age of Empires 4. And this is meant to be one of the more wilder maps, I want to say. When we get back on the land, you think about this knight archer mass potential for the French. Dumu's got to be a little bit worried. Curious to see how he's going to try to approach the rest of this series. But this game looks close to over. Yeah, there's a handful of archers and knights left. The villager's going to get idled again. On top of that, he doesn't have water anymore. This is usually pretty conclusive at this stage. He has been gathering stones, so likely we're looking at a 2TC drop. Baltoon is still hunting, scouring for those villages. Although Dumu's doing a good job of dodging, the problem is Baltoon with this amount of food should just be able to zerg like crazy now. I'm trying to think like what Dumu's end plan was here. It still feels like when he went for the outpost rush, he panicked when he saw how many docks there were and then kind of left and then came back. I kind of like the idea of just completely cutting your opponent off of mass spears. Just seems like Baltoon slivered a few too many docks in there. Kind of just ruined the entire outpost plan. Maybe in hindsight, if Dumu could go back, I wonder if he would have tried to drop an outpost here as well, or if that's just too expensive. Like, double outpost would have kind of changed the dynamics. Then the spearman can burn all of these down. But it would have admittedly meant that he would have spent a lot more time in the Dark Age. So Dumu hasn't been killed off just yet. No, he's like that character you thought died in the first season, comes back in the third. The question now is if it's just a cameo appearance. Maybe it's just one of those memory replay moments in the TV series. Because for Baltoon, he's got the rams coming in now. He's blowing up knights and archers. Now, we have to remember his military count is deceptive. A lot of it is on the water side. By the way, guys, are you happy? We actually got to see galleys, galleasses. Not the ones we were hoping for. But I guess it still counts. Well, it's fair to say Dumu hasn't got much time on his side here. Gold positioning is at least good for him. And that extra sheep he got early on definitely is helping. He's down to 7 sheep now. Could still eventually go Anatolian Hills if he feels truly desperate here. Might be forced to feel desperate because, oh, villagers get caught. Trying to walk out to set up on the deer. Dumu, wow, he actually doesn't see that the knight's still there. So if he tries again for this same play, he's going to lose more. Remember, Baltoon also does have the Guildhall stockpiling, so we're going to eventually be seeing a potential forward Red Palace. Like, he has the type of eco lead where he can just drop it in the base. For Dumu, he's just trying to scale enough Janissaries, Sipahi to compete. Like, this is the game-winning comp against this comp over here, if you can get enough of it. That's the biggest challenge he has, though, especially now with the military scores being sniped out. Baltoon just trying to guarantee there's no flood of Sipahi via food gathering. Oh, boy. Knights are ready for the ride-in. Well, luckily they don't see the villagers, but it's because they've seen something more valuable. The mango goes down. And the Sipahi fully pulled back there. Yeah, he's sacrificing the mangoes, but now the archer is able to clear up the Jannies. That kind of is getting a little bit low. Maybe Ben can thread this and just survive another wave, but with only 2 Janissaries left, it's looking pretty difficult. And now the archers, those that remain, can just go after the villagers, right? No point hitting the Sipahi. Let the knights deal with that. Meantime, Rams just moving in to clear up the military schools, and I think surely we have to be close to moving on to game 2. It's crazy, right? Like, yeah, I get where Dumu is coming from. On Holy Island, sometimes there's a miracle comeback, but Baltoon did not miss his timing at all. What do you guys think? Is this the way the whole series is going to go? Was this the one map where Dumu could potentially win with the Ottomans? Is there still hope for good old Benny Boy here in the One Trick Pony?